the 23mm f1.4. I can't tell you how impressed I am after spending about a week with this lens. The quality is unbelievable. The images are coming out extremely sharp. The build quality is amazing. It also has this autofocus, manual focus that you could use if you wanted to, but I just stick with the manual focus. However, the images that I was able to capture are incredible. Using just natural light alone in outdoor settings, it is able to capture some seriously sharp images. It's very, very quick to focus. The focusing distance is actually really, really good as well. As you will see later in this video, I'm going to show you some images that I've taken of plants and flowers, and you could see how close I was able to get and yet still get focus. So if you were ever considering buying this lens, I can definitely recommend that you go ahead and pull the trigger. You will not be disappointed. This lens actually opened up a whole new world to me. My favorite lens in the past has always been the 50mm focus length, and I enjoy taking close-up pictures, but going wider now with a 23mm, I'm able to actually open up and broaden my horizon. It allows me to capture a lot more in my photos and tell a better story, and this is a completely new environment for me, and I'm loving it thus far. I will likely be using this lens extensively going forward, and I am really impressed. I will have the opportunity to actually use it on a paid shoot in the near future. I have a wedding coming up on September 24th, and with a few events in between, I'll really be able to actually put this to the test. But so far, the images that are coming out of this lens are incredible. Obviously, this is a lens that I'm going to use only for photography. It does not have in-body stabilization, so video is somewhat out of question unless I use a tripod or a gimbal type. But just using this lens without any kind of speed light such as flashlight, it's just incredible. The reviews that I've read are all true. The sharpness, there is no chromatic aberrations, there is no vignetting, everything comes out tack sharp. Being a 23mm, you would think that the bokeh wouldn't be as good or creamy as a 50mm, but this lens absolutely makes the background fall off when you're shooting wide open at 1.4. So this is officially my favorite lens, and I will be using it extensively. The most impressive part about this actual lens is it's not just the sharpness, but actually how wide it can open. At 1.4, it is the fastest lens that I've owned, and I thought that an F1, F2 would be good, but when you really open it up to 1.4, I'm able to capture some really sharp images in dark settings. That makes a huge difference. To be able to keep that ISO low as possible, and it allows me to shoot a lot faster shutter speed. So now whenever I'm capturing images of children per se, which are absolutely the most difficult characters and individuals to really capture, they're constantly moving, therefore you really have to crank up that shutter speed, and when you do crank the shutter speed, you have to do one thing or another, and oftentimes you have to crank up your ISO, which leads to a lot more grainy pictures of children. Being able to open wide, you're able to really capture some pretty still images of kid with, you know, a shutter speed of 250 to 500 in normal indoor outdoor settings. So far there are no regrets. I think I did the right thing to start with a 23 f1.4. I can use it indoor and outdoor. It allows me to basically you know, capture all kind of pictures, and not being limited to a narrow focus. I can just zoom in with my feet, and it gets the job done. So A+ Fujifilm outdid themselves with this particular lens, and it will be in my camera bag for a long time. So I'm actually going to share with you now some images I was able to capture with this lens this week. and I really want to give you an opportunity to see for yourself what to expect should you decide to purchase a 23mm lens. I was able to capture basically some pretty flowers that gives you an opportunity to see the dynamic range and the contrast and the colors and so on. They were all shot with the standard film simulation, so there is no presets applied to these. I did do some post editing just to get the exposure right and a few tweaks, but other than that they're mostly intact, and so I hope you liked them. So those are the first images that I wanted to share with you. Having owned this lens for a week now, I was able to essentially capture pictures here and there and to give you a taste of what to expect should you decide to purchase this lens. So far, I'm really excited about the potential of this camera and this lens paired together. With events coming up at the end of this month and a few other opportunities to shoot people, obviously I'll have an opportunity to really do a much bigger assessment, but so far it's mostly positive and I am totally thrilled with my choice. So that's all I wanted to share with you guys today. If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button.